Hi there. I want to talk about fashion and dressing for success in the wonderful world of IT. And oddly enough, I'm going to talk about this from the 1980s. It was around 1984, 85 or so, and I was the program director of an organization called the DPMA, the Data Processing Management Association, the Cleveland chapter at least. And we would have monthly meetings. I refer to them as chicken dinner or rubber chicken meetings because it was usually chicken of some kind or another. And we would meet and network because there was no internet. Ask your parents. And we would just talk about things regarding the IT profession, which pretty much at that point was mainframes. Now, I was an exception. I was a mini computer person with a little bit of PC and all that kind of stuff thrown in, but mostly mainframes. So the topics were pretty peculiar about the latest IBM models, printing, how do you training, all that kind of fun stuff. But I decided to go a little bit rogue, and I brought in a fashion consultant. That's right. And what we did was this young lady, whose name I don't remember at all, and she actually took three volunteers, of which I was one, and took us out on a shopping spree and then talked about how we were dressing that evening. And it was normal, what you'd expect suit, tie, all that kind of fun stuff. But here's the thing, we got bitter resistance when she was making the point that the first time someone sets eyes on you, they will make assumptions that you cannot control. That was true then, and it was true now. And back then, people were vehemently opposed to that concept. And I remember there were a couple of programmers who were just outraged that anyone could possibly hire them or not hire them because they're such great programmers. Well, flash forward to 2021, and the world's different, and yet it's not. It's different from the standpoint of we've become, by necessity, much more tolerant of how people dress and present each other, whether you're talking about clothing or hairstyles or tattoos or piercings or anything along those lines. Quite honestly, I'm fine with all that. But also the fact that we're a little bit more restrictive in terms of jumping to those conclusions before we have a little bit of conversation. And at least I hope that's the case, because here's the thing. If you're the person who's doing the hiring and you see somebody and immediately say, don't like the way they have their hair, don't like the way they do this, don't like the way they do that, the person you're hurting is yourself. You're denying the opportunity. That person may be a fantastic resource, may be looking for the chance, may be able to knock it out of the park, whatever you're looking to do, but you're not going to give them the chance. Now, there could also be that they're none of those things, and you shouldn't hire them. But you'll never know now, will you? And the day of the hirer, the employer, having all of the cards and the potential employee being, I really hope I get the chance. That status has changed, and especially in the IT world. So before you jump to any conclusions, ask yourself, are you jumping to conclusions? And I want to stress here, if you're jumping to conclusions because of color or ethnicity or gender, bite me. Comments below.